may I bring you back to the year of 1997. You and the homies are chilling around that rich kid who actually owned a PS1's house. You've cracked open a few cherry cokes, snorted enough sugar to bring about type 3 diabetes, and the world is good. Everything is calm. Amongst the chaos of playing team battle over and over again, you find your thumb drifting down the menu. That's where you find it. Tekken Force. Hello, cockknockers. It's your least favorite YouTuber, Mr. Double Digits. And all that stuff I said above? Bunch of crap. I wasn't even 1 year old when Tekken 3 came out. Tekken 4, however, I got a lot to say about that one, but we'll get there, my sweet, sweet friends. Tekken in its early days used to do a lot of premium fucking about. They used to have all these weird little side games, and they do bring them back to this day, because, we still got Tekken Bowling, we got Tekken Ball, and of course, Tekken Force. This was a beat-em-up style game that the team put in the game because, well, they fucking could. No one was gonna stop them, and God bless them for it. Apparently the whole premise came from wanting to walk across the screen, beat fools down, and chomp down on some delicious chicken. I respect the fuck out of them for it. Imagine making an absolute banger of a game like Tekken 3, and still having time to goof off. Mortal Kombat did something similar in the PS2 era, but that shit was kinda trash. Keep fucking Mortal Kombat kart mode out of my fucking field of vision. I'm purely devoted to what's in front of me, and what's in front of me is Pete Kino. Now there's been a few different iterations of Tekken Force, and we're gonna go through them one by one. Now I would count Death by Degrees as an iteration, but that's a whole ass game. We'll come back to that in its own devoted video. I just need to get my fucking life together and actually play the fucking thing. Existential dread aside, let's get stomped through the generations. Tekken 3's Tekken Force is the simplest, yet probably the most fun out of this little series. It's a side-scroll that allows you to use any member of the roster to make your way through hordes of enemies. Simple as. However, though you can use everyone, it doesn't make everyone viable. You'd think a demonic piece of shit like Eddie would rip and tear his way through every goon who runs out in front of him. But I actually say he's one of the weaker choices. You want someone like Paul or Jin, where they have strong single hits that have range to them. You don't want to find yourself surrounded, so the best thing to do is to aim for quick KOs. You progress through 5 stages: the Backstreet, the Desert, One Hit Wonder 2000's Band, the Darkness, and the Mishima Estate. The background and enemies are really the only thing that changes. There's no big gimmick. Until you get to the Mishima Estate, and it's on a fucking hill. This house was designed to kill Grandma, if Heihachi hadn't already done that. As you complete the stages, taking out each of the bosses, you'll find yourself granted a key after each successful Heihachi takedown. Get 3 of them, finish the game again, and you get a fight with Dr. Boskanovich. And oh my god, fuck this geriatric cunt. I played through this whole goddamn game on the hardest difficulty, and this was so much worse. This fight with this little old geezer, he's constantly falling to the ground with every move because, he's in his fucking 90s, meaning basically only ground strikes actually work on him. Not so bad in a normal fight, but when the camera is at this fucky perspective, Jesus Christ, is a pain in the ass, balls, and taint. Hitting him is part of the problem, yes, but don't forget, you're on a goddamn time limit. The old buzzard can easily time you out just by being a pensioner. It's like walking behind a group of old people in the middle of the day. Get the fuck out of my way, I got places to be! You may have all the time in the world, you retired fuck, but I've got shit to do! I ended up just spamming the jumping spin kick, and after that, you unlock him, and yeah, he's just kinda goofy. I know it sounds like I had an unpleasant experience, but I'm British. I'm always miserable. In actual fact, I had a great time. This truly might be the best bit of side content in any fighting game. And with this weird little series it kicked off, we must bow down to the king. Let it stand above you in all its glory. What the fuck are you attacking me from off screen again? Stop it! The younger, non-nicotine addicted me is sat in front of a tiny CRT TV, pack of crisps and all the hope in the world in my hands. and this game beat it out of me. The first Tekken Force, easy as fuck. This one, my god. This makes masochists piss themselves in fear. Even they don't want a piece of this shit. The pure amount of enemies that's chucked at you is fucking obscene. That's not usually a fucking problem in the first one. They chuck plenty of guys at you. But it's just the fact there's this huge fucking groups of them. And the difference in toughness between these guys and the original Scrubs is horrifying. These guys can take a goddamn beating. This isn't 5 stages of fun, it's 5 stages of fucking hell. The first, some kind of laboratory deal, is fairly easy. You make your way through some corridors and beats the fuck out of combat. Next we move into the jungle, where it randomly gets really fucking tough for 2 minutes, and then you make pandas rise on the endangered species tier list. But then the horror truly begins. The hellscape that is Kazuya's corridor. As a kid, I never beat this. As a teenager, I never beat this. As a grown-ass fucking man, I never beat it until I made this fucking video. And even then, I'll be honest, I use save states. Because shit, the game's gonna fucking cheat me, I'm gonna fucking cheat the goddamn game. Fuck. I'd either get timed out or knocked the fuck out. I spent about 2 hours playing this, and about an hour of it was just the corridor. You're constantly bombarded with waves of high-level enemies using every cheap tactic in the book, and it keeps going, and it keeps going, and it keeps going. Fuck. The enemies in this level are by far the toughest. Sweat will drip from your face as they send your ass into the furthest reaches of space. The AI suddenly forges this undominable will to fucking end your existence. Either that, or it'll just time you out. The peak time wasting is this group towards the end that move around you in some weird cultish manner and dodge every goddamn hit you throw at them. There's weaker ones, if you catch those guys, fucking done with. But it's got some of Tekken Force's best cowards here, cause they keep fucking running away from me. It's crazy. The fight with Kaz is by far the easiest bit of the whole level. He was nothing. In other people's restless dreams, they see Silent Hill. I see Kazuya's goddamn corridor. And then we finally reach the Mishima estate, and it's orgasmic. It's tough, but compared to the corridor, it's like a playful handjob after a brutal pegging. It again throws a shitload of enemies at you, but with the tight rooms, you can easily trap people against a wall and Tekken 4 fuck them to death. A crazy amount of effort went into this iteration, God bless them for it. But also fuck them, because that was fucking evil. Tekken 4's Force Mode expands and improves in a lot of ways, but the difficulty makes it something to be feared. I don't mind difficulty. Look at boss syndrome, look at what I've been doing for the past couple of years. I thrive on that shit. But it makes it less likely for you to want to play it. You come home from school, you come home from work, you want a nice chill. You play the arcade mode, nice and chill. You play Tekken Force for half an hour, you lose all your fucking hair. It becomes somewhat of a chore to get through. The opening 2 stages are just, you have to get through them. You get brutally sodomized by Kazuya's corridor. You get the Honmaru stage out of it. Actually my favorite Tekken stage, that's cool I finally have it, but man, it was nearly 2-decade-long war to get there. Now you can say this doesn't really count as Tekken Force, and it doesn't. Instead, it's more of a weird expansion. Tekken 5 has got so much content crammed into it already. Throwing this on top is a little cherry. It's a cherry you don't really remember, but it's still a cherry. I remember giving it a go as a kid, getting lost, and then never touching it again. Old man me gave it a shot, and holy shit, this is really easy. Devil Within is comparable to character action games. Think like a really toned down Devil May Cry. You fight, you platform, you solve the occasional puzzle. The combat is really fucking simple. You don't have your full moveset, you got square and triangle, and the occasional throw. There's a couple of neat little tricks, but for the most part you'll just be executing the exact same kick combo over and over again because it's got the most reach. The puzzles are just block pushing puzzles. You get them to the highlighted areas on the ground, goons usually show up, then you move on to the next area. It has a story going, it's not much, just fucking about really. and, you know, trying to delve more into the whole devil gene thing, but then this shit got rendered non-canon because a bunch of other shit happened, so if you want to play it for the story, there's really no fucking point. Either way, the usual boss fights are replaced with arena fighter-like showdowns. You get to fight Ogre a few times, some clones of Heihachi, and a Super Jack. They're all very easy, especially the final boss, when you figure out that you can just stand there, block all this shit, and then just do the jumping 1-2. He won't do shit about it, he just gets fucking launched. You'll actually find your main enemy in the game is the camera. It's so fucking jank and awkward. I know it's a side mode, but come on guys. I can't see what the fuck I'm doing. In this mode, your devil trigger is changed into Devil Jin. The meter fills over time, you get attack and defense buff, but it also drains your health. So that shit is kind of pointless. I never used it. Against the bosses, it wasn't worth the risk, and if someone was going to drain my limited health, you're damn right I'm not going to fucking use it. Trade-offs just aren't worth it at all. Overall, despite it trying something different, which I do respect, I don't have all that much to say about it. It's a cool little mode to dick about with, but I think they took the wrong path on this one. Maybe if they included some kind of upgrade system or something, it could have been a little more interesting. Might have given people more incentive to play it, but then again, it is just a side mode. It's just the Tekken gang being like, yeah, you've played this game for the last 70 hours. Do you want to fuck about? Come on, let's go fuck about. Okay, come on, let's go and jump onto blocks. Not mad. I'd let it take me out to Mackey's, but easily not the best one here. Tekken 6 was a weird Tekken. Thinking back, I believe this is my least played of the whole series. That's mostly because of the story. As someone who is weirdly into Tekken's plot, I found Scenario Campaign, this game's Tekken Force, to be a fucking slog. Naturally, I picked my main at the time. Do not do this. Play as Devil Jin. His goddamn laser makes the whole mode a cakewalk. Again, we got another camera change and a series expansion on, well, everything. This time Tekken Force acts as the main campaign. You go stage to stage, beating fools down and getting the occasional cutscene. Every single character on this big ass roster acts as their own respective boss. You get to the end of the level, you get Christie. You acquire various items that you can use to improve your stats and also change your appearance, so by the end of it, you'll look fucking ridiculous. I'll admit right now, I'm probably going to be the most negative about this iteration, because there is bits I like. You get little chats between characters. I always enjoy seeing these little interactions. It's why I like KOF 13 so much. It's not awful. The camera angle tends to make things a little awkward. You've still got your full moveset, but because of the angle change, it's a little difficult to sort of get your combos going, especially the juggles. I can't really do that. I'm an idiot. I don't multitask. Breathing and walking is bad enough for me. So when you try and get me to move a camera while doing a fucking combo, it doesn't work. And say for the first time with this one, you get Alicia as a partner. It's fucking great. Like, she's really useful. She dragged me through some horrendous fights, but I still don't like her. She's genuinely still one of my least favorite Tekken characters, and she won't go away, which is even more annoying. I don't know if she has a particularly big fan base, but I'm not one of them. And then when she becomes a boss, we're back in hell, and I fucking hate her. I like that the team was experimenting, I really do. This shit breeds innovation, but I feel like they've taken a misstep with this one. They've gone too far with expanding it that it's become a big chore to get through. Instead of the story being found in the arcade mode, you have a little side shit in the arcade mode, not the real ending. For the main plot, you've got to go through this huge mode, but the huge mode doesn't have enough variation to make it enjoyable. You're just going through the same beat-em-up stages. A little change of pace would have been great, guys. You can say a lot about Tekken 8 right now. The recent patch is kinda shit the bed. Lots of complaints all around, but the story mode still fucks so hard. I waited 20 years for that final fight, and to actually get to play it? Kid me returned for the briefest of moments. Joy returned to my life. I felt young again. But never mind that bollocks, we're here to beat the fuck out of some hapless motherfuckers. For a chapter of the story mode, we suddenly return to Tekken Force mode and get to unleash various members of the cast upon hapless groups of nerds. We've slipped into more of a Dynasty Warriors kind of camera angle, and it works really fucking well. Combine this with Rage Boost and the grey bar that I can't remember the fucking name of, and shit, this might be it. This is really fucking fun. They went wrong with the weird platforming of Devil Within. They took a wrong turn with the slog that is Scenario Campaign. But this feels like the true expansion of Tekken Force. It's brief, but it makes for a great change of pace through the one-on-one fights of the story. Harada-san, if you're gonna do any crazy DLC, do this. Give us a full Tekken Force mode, 4 or 5 stages, that's all I'm asking for. Just don't make it as hard as Tekken 4. I want to come home from work and have a nice time, not have my asshole turned into a fucking wind tunnel. And that brings us to current day. As I said, in its current state, Tekken 8 really needs to win back its audience, and low-key undoing all of the recent patch would probably be the best way, but that's kind of fucking unhinged and they won't do it. But chuck Tekken Force at us, you got me back. It'd make me really happy. I'd even consider donating some time away from City of the Wolves to come back and play again. That's the end of the video, guys. Don't forget to donate to my Patreon so I can finally afford an N-word pass. I'll only use it for special occasions, don't worry. Other than that, go out there, get your ass kicked.